Some of these I've been hunting for years. Some are the soundtrack of my childhood. A few I imagine I could never replace, and this is how I've been keeping them. Out in the open, in the light, gathering dust. And that ends today. Hello and welcome to my studio. My name is Agassi, and today I'm building a home for my records. There are many ways you can make this box. You can make it to show off your records. You can make it that it would seal it from the light and from dust. We're going to start with the first one, a simple and classic one, the slipcase, but with a sliding mechanism. I once joked and called it the Agassi slipcase, and actually the name started to pick up, and the design is what's making the whole box special. So with an idea in mind, let's bind. I'm going to start with bringing the inner boards. Now here's the whole idea. A few layers, each doing one job. The inner layer holds and protects the record itself with museum-grade board material. The outer layer would give it structure and the look you want on your shelf. And the lid shuts out the light and the dust. I will build it up one layer at a time, and that sliding mechanism I promised you, it's hiding in the very first layer. Stay with me because it won't make sense until the end. If you are wondering where can you get this kind of board, this is actually a board from framing. I have a friend that makes frame for pictures, so this is where I would try to find this kind of material. The inner layer wraps around most of the record, and it's the only part that ever touches the vinyl. So this is where your material really matters. I'm using a smooth acid-free board because this is the surface the record lives against. It protects the sleeve and it lets the record glide in and out. And now let's glue the upper side. Also the PVA is natural pH, but now I'm just connecting the perpendiculars, so it doesn't really matter which kind of glue you use. I'll bring another weight so I'll have a straight line. Let me put this here with another line, and I'll bring the other side and connect. Over that goes the outer layer. And here's the fun part. The outside never touches the record, so it can be anything you want. Plain board, cloth, leather, a color that fits your room. This is where the case becomes yours. Stage one is complete. Let's move on to the outer side. I'll bring some weights, glue the back. This board is actually a regular bookbinding board, and I line it up on the inside with paper because we want to counteract the pull of the material. I'll flip it like this. Do the other side. Squeeze it a bit. You need patience for the process, right? Take the middle one here. Now the last piece of this part, I'm going to glue the upper side. I'll bring a weight here and one weight here. Bring the board. This is the grain direction. So this one goes up here. Great. I'll move my weights. Let me sand it a bit, just to clear the edges all around. And I'll bring the cover material. Let me bring the box. I'll put the big weights, one in the back and one on the side, and start gluing. I always remind when I'm gluing from the inside out up until the edge. That's the right way to glue. When I see I have the amount I need, I can connect. Move the weights. I think it would look nice with a wooden shelf. I'll bring my ruler and knife and make some cuts here on the inner side and both thickness, and also over here. This is going to hold the back here. Now I'll take my smaller brush and connect the sides. I'll move it so you can see. Take my bone folder and connect all the way. Now I'll cut this strip. Now I'm going to make the turn-ins. I'll start with the small flaps here. I'll bring a piece of waste paper and glue the front. And connect. I'll bring another piece of cloth and start gluing all the way. Some cutting. And the little angle I made with the knife helps the cloth go exactly to the edge. Almost finished with this part. Lift it and connect. Now I'm going back to the inner side. I just line it up with paper, and to allow a sliding mechanism, I want to connect a string. I'm going to take some double-sided tape and cut a strip here. And I'm going to connect it to the back, peel it off, and connect my string. And now let me take the box itself and I'm going to slide it in. Let's cut here. That's nice. And I can pull it as I wish. What a nice sound. So let me go on to the lid. I'm going to connect the perpendiculars. Everything so far guards the record, but it's still open to the light. This part closes it off. No dust entering the vinyl, no sun creeping across the artwork and fading it. Now I want to reinforce it. So what I'm going to do is just glue the side here, because I want the inner side to stay with my acid-free board. I'm going to line it up from the edge here, bring my knife and cut. Now I'm going to bring the other piece and I'm going to connect them together. So I'm going to glue the back side and connect. I want to make sure that on the bottom side it's the board thickness and here it is straight. Let me bring the box and see for the first time. Nice. Making sure it is centered. Touches the bottom side like I want. And I'm going to reinforce it. Okay, are you ready? So let's try it out. I'll slide it out a bit and bring the records. And I'm going to insert them inside. Nice. Now the moment I've been promising you. Let's see what happens when I pull it. Slides out beautifully and you can take out the record, put it back in and slide it back inside. Remember where we started? The records outside in the sun and in the dust, and now they have a new case to hold them inside and protect them from the sunlight and from the dust. And let me add the lid here. And now it is locked and protected. But you don't have to put the lid inside. It depends on your design choice. But you can just put a label here with all the records that you have inside on the shelf, and that's very convenient to have. And this is just the first design. I want to make one that shows off your first record and you can flip between them. I want to make one box that closes completely, one design at a time. Tell me in the comments which one of the records you have in your collection you would add to your first case. Thank you for watching and for being here, and I'll see you in my next video.